and welcome to the fourth national quarterfinal of the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021. The cycle brand takes great pride in India's heritage and culture and has centered the company's mission and vision around the same. Hence, the cycle brand has conceptualized the Cycle Heritage Quiz with a view to enlighten young minds on the 5,000-year-old heritage of our nation. After several practice quizzes, a grueling preliminary stage comprising of questions on the heritage of our nation and heritage of particular regions, and 18 cluster finals, we are down to our top 36. We'll compete in 6 national quarterfinals. It is now truly a battle between the best heritage enthusiasts and the smartest minds in the nation. Let us meet our 6 participants for national quarterfinal 4. First, we have Ankit Sahu from the KIIT International School, Bhubaneswar. Ankit, congratulations for making it through to the national quarterfinal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And Ankit, who is your favorite character from Indian mythology?
From Indian mythology, I would choose Ramayana character.
Okay. And which character in particular from the Ramayana? Ram. Okay. So Lord Rama is your favorite character. And why is that?
So because it motivates a lot, like how to face struggles in your life. That's it.
Okay. Wonderful, Ankit. All the very best. Next, we have from the New Era Senior Secondary School, Vadodara, Monalisa Das. Monalisa, well done on qualifying for the national quarterfinal. So, Monalisa, what was your reaction of your classmates when you told them that you had qualified for the national quarterfinal?
They were quite happy because it's kind of a lifetime experience to be in this quiz. So they were very elated.
Great, and I hope you give them more reasons to be happy after today's quiz. So, all the very best, Monalisa.
Thank you, sir.
Next is Ansh Ranjit from the Sri Harshad C. Walia International School, Mumbai. So Ansh, you came through a tiebreaker in your cluster final. So how did you feel when you finally made it through to the national quarterfinal?
Today I was so relieved. Like it was a big tension, like when there's a tiebreaker and all. And at last I felt very happy to reach the national quarterfinal.
Wonderful. Yes, it is obviously very nerve-wracking in a tiebreaker because it's one question and decides your fate. Well done, Ansh, for keeping your calm and qualifying for the national quarterfinal. Next, we have from the Heritage School, Kolkata, Shreyan Bhattacharjee. Shreyan, congratulations for making it to the national quarterfinal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And Shreyan, my question to you is, if I would give you a choice to be reborn as any character in Indian history, who would it be?
So it is a very difficult question, but I'll probably be Lakshman because of the Ramayana mythology. And like I read the book when I was like 11 years old and I really loved Lakshman's character in that.
Okay, interesting. You would like to get reborn as Lakshman. All the best, Shreyan, for today's quiz.
Thank you.
Next, we have from the Tashi Namgyal Academy, Gangtok, Mithali Sharma. So Mithali, very well done on qualifying for the national quarterfinal. Mithali, you're of course from the very beautiful state of Sikkim. So what is your favorite heritage location in your state?
First of all, thank you, sir. The beautiful place in our location is, I like that Hanuman Tok the most.
Okay, okay. So if all the other participants once land up in Sikkim, you would like to take them to that place?
Yes.
Great. Mithali, congratulations and all the very best for today's quiz. And last but not the least, we have Ayush Jamalamadak from the Bishop's School Camp in Pune. So Ayush, my question to you is, if I would give you a choice to live in any other city apart from your hometown, that is Pune, which city would it be?
Indian or any?
Indian. Since we are talking about Indian heritage.
Maybe Mumbai.
Mumbai, okay. From Pune, you would like to stay in Mumbai. Okay, interesting. And all the very best, Ayush. Well done for coming this far and hope you do really well today.
Thank you, sir.
And those were your 6 participants for National Quarterfinal 4. And now we are ready to start with our first round. So the first round of National Quarterfinal 4 is called Lakshya Bheda. Round 1 Lakshya Bheda, let's take a look at the rules. 1 question per participant. This round does not pass. Each question has 4 options. Each participant gets 3 attempts, plus 15 if you get the correct answer in your first attempt, plus 10 if you get the correct answer in your second attempt, and plus 5 if you get the correct answer in your third attempt. So first we'll move to our first participant, and that is Ankit. Ankit, your question coming up on screen now. Which of these characters in the Mahabharata was said to be the rebirth of the Vanara king Bali, whom Lord Rama had killed during the events of the Ramayana? Is it A. Kans, B. Pradyumna, C. Jara, or D. Jarasandha?
Pradyumna, option B.
Okay, let's click on B. Pradyumna. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. Your next try.
Option C, Jara.
Let's click on option C, Jara. And that is correct, Ankit. 10 points to you. So Jara was the hunter who ultimately killed Krishna by accident by shooting an arrow at his heel. So Lord Krishna had said that Jara was basically the incarnation of Bali, because Bali, Lord Rama had killed in sort of an unfair manner because he had shot the arrow from the back. So that sin was there with Lord Vishnu, which he repented for and made up for in his next birth, where it was Jara who had killed Lord Krishna. Okay, so well done, Ankit. 10 points to you. And our next participant is Monalisa. Monalisa, your question coming up on screen now. In 1988, a song written by Adman Piyush Pandey played on Doordarshan immediately after the Prime Minister's Independence Day address from the Red Fort. Which song was this? Is it Baje Sargam? Is it Hamara Bajaj? Is it Mile Sur Mera Tumhara? Or is it D, School Chale Hum?
C, Mile Sur Mera Tumhara.
Let's click on C, Mile Sur Mera Tumhara. Absolutely bang on, Mona Lisa. Well done. 15 points to start off. Very good answer. This is indeed the famous Mile Sur Mera Tumhara. And the video, of course, is even more famous, with legends from the world of music, from the world of dance, from the world of sport, all congregating together and making magic. So it still plays on Doordarshan, and it's very nostalgic to hear. So well done, Mona Lisa, for 15 points. Next, we have Ansh Ranjit. Ansh, your direct question coming up on screen now. Samadhi Pada, Adana Pada, Vibhuti Pada, and Kaivalya Pada are the 4 chapters of which famous work? Is it Patanjali's Yoga Sutra? Is it Shushruta Samhita? Is it Chanakya's Arthashastra? Is it Bhaskara II's Leelavati?
C, Chanakya Arthashastra.
Okay, let's click on C, Chanakya's Arthashastra. No, that's not the right answer. Your next step.
B, Shushruta Samhita.
Okay, let's click on B, Shushruta Samhita. Sorry, that's also the wrong answer. Your next try.
D, Bhaskara II's Leelavati.
Let's click on D, Bhaskara II's Leelavati. I'm sorry, that's also the wrong answer. Samadhi could have given you a hint. This is Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, considered to be the iconic work when it comes to the field of yoga. So no points, Ansh, in this round, but don't worry, there are still many rounds to go. I'm sure we will see you rise up the scoreboard. Next, we have Shreyan. Shreyan, your question coming up on screen now. For the 1982 Asian Games in Delhi, a shooting range was built. This shooting range was named after which Arjuna awardee? Is it A, Jaspal Rana, B, Rajeshri Kumari, C, Randhir Singh, or D, Karni Singh?
Sir, option C, Randhir Singh.
Okay, let's click on option C, Ranveer Singh. It's not the right answer. Your next attempt.
Sir, option B, Rajeshri Kumari.
Okay, let's click on option B, Rajeshri Kumari. That's not the right answer. Next attempt.
Sir, option A, Jaspal Rana.
Option A, Jaspal Rana. It's not correct. No points for you, Shreyan. This is Maharaja Karni Singh, who was also the Maharaja of Bikaner, was a legend as far as Indian shooting goes. The first person to get the Arjuna Award in shooting. Rajeshri Kumari, incidentally, was his daughter. So Karni Singh is what I was looking for. No worries, Shreyan. Lots of rounds still to go. Lots of questions still to go. I'm sure we will see you up the scoreboard very soon. Next, we have a question for Mitali. Mitali, your question coming up on screen now. Emperor Jahangir built this garden to please Noor Jahan. He called the garden Farah Baksh, the delightful, which means the delightful. By what name do we know this garden? Is it Chaubatia? Is it Daulat Bagh? Is it Lal Bagh? Or is it Shalimar Bagh?
Sir, option A, Chaubatia.
Okay, let's click on option A, Chaubatia. It's not the right answer.
Sir, option C, Lal Bagh.
Option C, Lal Bagh. Let's see whether that's right or wrong. That's wrong, Mitali. One more guess to go.
Sir, option D, Shalimar Bagh.
Let's click on option D, Shalimar Bagh. And that's the right answer. 5 points for you, Mitali. This is the famous Shalimar Bagh in Kashmir, which is a very beautiful garden built by Emperor Jahangir. So 5 points to start you off, Mitali. The next question is for Ayush. Ayush, your question coming up on screen now. Following the Tibetan uprising of 1959, which of these monasteries relocated to Dharamshala in India? Is it the Old Ghum Monastery? Is it the Namgyal Monastery? Is it the Namdroling Monastery? Mindroling Monastery?
Mindroling Monastery.
Let's click on D, Mindroling Monastery. It's the wrong answer, Ayush. Your next attempt.
Namdroling Monastery.
Let's click on C, Namdroling Monastery. It's also the wrong answer. You have one more attempt to go.
Old Ghum Monastery.
Let's click on Old Ghum Monastery. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. This is the famous Namgyal Monastery located in Dharamshala, which also happens to be the central monastery for the 14th Dalai Lama. 14th Dalai Lama is associated with the Namgyal Monastery. So no points for you, Ayush. With that, we come to the end of round number 1. And now we will move on to round number 2, which is called Jigyasa. So round number 2 is Jigyasa. Let's take a look at the rules. One direct question per participant. This round passes clockwise, plus 10 for every correct answer, whether it's on direct or on pass. We will start off with our first contestant, and that is Ankit. Ankit, your question coming up on screen now. The raw materials to use to make a piece of traditional painting are papers, cloths, adhesive, and natural color, extracted from flowers, vegetables, leaves, and mud. The artists extract red color from saffron, blue from aparajita, white from kusum mati, which is a special type of clay, green from runner beans, and brown from teak leaves. What form of painting done on scrolls is being talked about?
No idea.
Okay, let's pass on to Mona Lisa.
Sir, can it be Madhubani painting?
Not Madhubani painting. Passing on to Ansh Ranjit.
Oh, pass, sir.
Pass. Okay, let's pass to Shreyan.
So my answer is Nakashi painting. Nakashi art.
Not Nakashi painting. We will pass to Mitali.
Sir, Warli painting.
Not worldly painting. Passing on to Ayush.
No idea.
Okay, no one gets this. This is Patchitra, which is very popular in Odisha and also West Bengal. So no points for anyone in this question. Our next direct question is for Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa, your question coming up on screen now. Before 2 to 3 days of this festival, Kudos is carried out by the monks. It is a mass dance celebration, which is performed to showcase the victory of good over evil. Name this festival, whose name means New Year.
Sir, pass.
Passing. Okay, moving on to Ansh Ranjit.
Sir, pass.
Passing. Okay, let's move on to Shreyan.
So is this a Losar festival?
It is the Losar festival, Shreyan. Absolutely right. Well done. 10 points to you. Good answering. And now we will have our direct question for Ansh Ranjit. Ansh, your question coming up on screen now. The artist designed this temple to resemble the abode of a god. This temple is carved from top to bottom. It is believed that the sculptors scooped out more than 4 tons of rock to build this temple. It also has the world's largest cantilevered rock ceiling. Name this famous temple.
Konark Sun Temple.
Not Konark Sun Temple. Moving on to Shreyan.
Pass.
Passing. Okay, moving on to Mitali.
Pass.
Passing. Okay, moving on to Ayush.
So is it the Jagannath temple?
Good try, but it's not the Jagannath temple. Moving on to Ankit.
Sir, Kailash Temple.
Kailash temple in Ellora is absolutely correct. Well done. 10 points to you, Ankit. Very, very good answer. And now we will move on to the direct question for Shreyan. Shreyan, your direct question coming up on screen now. Followers of a certain religion reached the shores of Sanjan on the west coast of Gujarat in 721 AD. And within 5 years of settling there, after taking permission of the then Hindu king Jadav Rana, the first structure of its kind in India was concentrated. It came to be known as Iransha. What type of religious establishment is being talked about? Need a specific answer.
So my answer is mosque.
Not mosque. We will pass to Mitali.
Pass.
Passing. Okay, let's move on to our sixth contestant, that is Ayush.
Is it monastery?
Not monastery. We will move on to Ankit.
Sir, no idea.
Passing on to Monalisa.
Sir, pass.
Passing. Okay, let's move on to Ansh Ranjit.
Sir, pass.
Okay, no one gets this. This is the Atash Behram of the Zoroastrianism religion. So no one gets points for this one. Now the next direct question is for Mitali. Mitali, your direct question coming up on screen now. Apupa was a sweet cake where barley flour was either fried in ghee or boiled in water and then dipped in honey. An evolved variant of this dish consists of flour and thickened milk, which is fried in ghee. So what is the variant of the apupa, which is popular today as a sweet dish?
Sir, is it Malpua?
It is Malpua. Well done, Mitali. 10 points to you. Very good answer. So Mitali gets 10 points for answering Malpua. Let's move on to the last question of this round, and that is for Ayush. Ayush, your direct question coming up on screen now. The complete construction of the building took 10 years, which was the longest time taken by any building of that era in Mumbai. It was opened to the Queen on her Golden Jubilee in 1887 and was then the most expensive building in Mumbai, costing about 260,000 sterling pounds. So which building is being talked about?
Is it Gateway of India?
Not Gateway of India. Let's pass on to Ankit.
No, sir, no idea.
Okay, let's move on to Monalisa.
Sir, is it Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminal?
It is Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus or BT. Very good answer. 10 points to you, Monalisa. With that, we come to the end of round number 2. So here are the scores after round number 2. Right now in the lead is Monalisa with 25 points. Next, we have Ankit on 20 points. Then we have Mitali on 15 points, Shreyan on 10 points, but Ayush and Ansh are yet to open their account, but still 2 rounds to go. And a reminder, the top 2 from this national quarterfinal will qualify for our national semifinal. So still lots to play for. It's a very, very close quiz. Now let's move on to round number 3, which is called Trishanku. Let's take a look at the rules. So 1 question per participant with 3 clues. This round does not pass. First clue is a statement with number of letters in the answer. In the second clue, the first letter of the answer would be revealed. Third clue would be an anagram. So plus 15 for the first clue, plus 10 for the second, and plus 5 for the third. This time we will move in reverse order. So our first question and the first clue is coming up for Ayush. Ayush, here is your first. The first of this series of trains was introduced on March 1st, 1969 and ran between Howrah and New Delhi. The next of this series was between New Delhi and Mumbai and introduced on May 17th, 1970. So it's a 2-word answer. First word is 8 letters. Second word is 7 letters.
So can you give me the next clue?
Okay, first letter coming up. R is the first letter.
Is it Rajdhani Express?
It is Rajdhani Express. Well done, Ayush. Good quizzing. Series of trains launched in 1959. Absolutely correct. 10 points to Ayush. You're up on the scoreboard. And our next question is for Mitali. Mitali, your first clue coming up on screen now. This Indian cricketer won the man of the match in both the semi-final and final in a particular edition of the World Cup. 8 letters first name, 8 letters second. Shall we move on to the next clue? Okay, let's move on to the next clue. Starts with M. Okay, Mitali, I have to move on to the next clue. I can't give you so much time. Let's move on to your last clue. This is an anagram. Sorry, Mitali, time's up. You should take a guess. There are no negatives in this quiz. This is Mohinder Amarnath, who won the man of the match in the 1983 semi-final as well as the 1983 final. 1983, of course, remains a historic year for us because that was the first time India ever won an ODI World Cup. So, Mitali, unfortunately, no points for you in this one. Please take a guess next time. There is no negatives. Let's move on to our next question. That is going to be for Shreyan. Shreyan, your direct question and your first clue coming up now. Mira Alfasa, also known as the mother, worked with French architect Roger Anger to formulate a blueprint for this city. This is 9 letters.
Sir, Ahmedabad.
Not Ahmedabad. Let's move on to your next clue. Starts with A.
Sir, next clue.
Last clue coming up for you. Ali Louvre is the anagram.
Sir, pass.
Okay, passing. This is Auroville. This is Auroville near Pondicherry. Of course, set up by Mira Alfasa, the mother, who was an associate of Rishi Aurobindo. Of course, the spiritual guide of Rishi Aurobindo. So Auroville, the city of dawn, is what I was looking for. Famous for the Matri Mandir. So no points for Shreyan. And now we will move on to our next contestant, that is Ansh Ranjit. Ansh, your first clue coming up on screen now. Lord Shiva gave this ruler of the Sindhu kingdom the ability to check the advance of the Pandavas, except Arjuna, and their forces for one whole day. This is 10 letters.
Oh, next clue.
Next clue, okay. First letter coming out. Starts with J.
Oh, next clue.
Last clue, anagram coming up. Add Ajay R.
Jayalata.
Jayaratha. I don't think I can give it to you because the answer is Jayadrat. Jayadrat. So I think you just made it up. So no points for you, unfortunately. I mean, generally we are not very strict on pronunciation, but like you said Jayaratha. So I mean, that's not a character. So unfortunately, Ansh can't give you any points for this one. It is Jayadrat or Jayadratha without just the R. It's not a D in between. So he is Sindhu Naresh, and he was the husband of Dushala, who was the sister to the Kauravas. And of course, Jayadratha checked the advances of the Pandavas when Abhimanyu had entered the Chakravyuh. The other Pandavas wanted to follow, but was stopped by Jayadratha. And then, of course, Arjuna swore revenge on him, and then Arjuna killed him the next day. But Ansh, no points for you, unfortunately. We'll move on to our next contestant, that is Monalisa. Monalisa, let's have your first clue on screen now. This politician has served in various capacities. Labor Minister, Communications Minister, Transport and Railways Minister, Defense Minister, and was also a Deputy Prime Minister of India. So 8 and 3, first name is 8 letters, second name is 3 letters.
Sir, can I have the next clue?
First letter coming up starts with J.
Sir, can I have the last clue?
Last clue coming up. Let's have the anagram on screen, please. Garv Jain Jam.
No, sir.
Okay, passing. This is the first ever Labour Minister of India. This is Babu Jagjeevan Ram. So Jagjeevan Ram is what I was looking for. No one gets any points. So Monalisa, you don't get any points for this one. We will pass on to our next contestant, and that is Ankit. Ankit, your first clue coming up on screen now. This famous Indian was the first winner of the Ramon Magsaysay Award for community leadership and received the Bharat Ratna posthumously in 1983.
So can I have the next clue?
First letter coming up, V.
No, sir. Next clue.
Next clue, okay, anagram coming up, Abba High Bond.
No.
Okay, not getting this. The anagram should have made it a bit easier. This is Vinoba Bhave or Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Vinoba Bhave is that answer that we were looking for. Famous for the Bhudan movement, great social worker, was heavily involved with Mahatma Gandhi in a lot of his pursuits as well, stayed at the Sabarmati Ashram. So no points for you, Ankit. With that, we come to the end of round number 3. So the scores in a very, very close national quarterfinal 3 are as follows after round number 3. Monalisa is still leading with 25 points, followed very closely by Ankit on 20 points. Next, we have Mithali on 15 points. We have Ayush and Shreyan on 10 points. And Ansh is yet to open his account. These were your scores after round number 3. Reminder that the top 2 from this national quarterfinal are going to go through to our national semifinals. Now we are going to start round number 4, which is called Parikram. Let's take a look at the rules. One direct question per participant. A set of visuals will be shown on screen. All visuals would be connected to a state or union territory. So our first question is for Ayush. Ayush, your set of visuals are going to come up on screen now. Ayush, here you go. Connected to a state or union territory.
Is it West Bengal?
Ayush answers West Bengal, but unfortunately West Bengal is not the correct answer. We will move to Mithali.
Sir, is it somewhere near Darjeeling?
Darjeeling. No, looking for a state or union territory, not Darjeeling. We will pass on to Shreyan.
Arunachal Pradesh.
And how did you get Arunachal Pradesh?
So the person is Pema Kundu, the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh. I don't know that.
Okay, so you got from the Chief Minister. That is Pema Khandu, the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh. This is the Tawang Monastery in Arunachal Pradesh. Gayal is the state animal. It means land of the rising sun. Arunachal Pradesh means land of the rising sun. So absolutely correct. 10 points to Shreyan. Valuable 10 points for you for getting Arunachal Pradesh. The next question is a direct one for Mitali. Mitali, your set of visuals coming up now.
Sir, is it Jharkhand?
And how did you get Jharkhand?
So because in the second picture there was a village.
It is Jharkhand. Well done, Mitali. 10 points to you. This is the Tata Nagar Railway Junction in Jamshedpur. Of course, Tatas are heavily involved with Jharkhand. The picture depicts Birsa Munda. Birsa Munda gives his name to the airport in Ranchi. The state flower is the Palash and Asian quail is the state bird. So well done, Mitali. You get 10 points. And our next direct question is for Shreyan. Shreyan, your question coming up on screen now.
So Andaman Nicobar Islands.
Not Andaman and Nicobar Islands, passing to Ansh Ranjit.
Kashmir.
Not Kashmir, passing to Monalisa.
Sir, is it Maharashtra?
Not Maharashtra, passing to Ankit.
Sir, Odisha.
Not Odisha, passing to Ayush.
So is it Puducherry?
Not Puducherry. Let's pass to Mitali.
Is it Kolkata?
Not Kolkata. Needed a state or a union territory. The answer here is Uttar Pradesh. This is Govind Vallabh Pant, who was the first chief minister of Uttar Pradesh. This is the Barasingha, which is the state animal of Uttar Pradesh. And this is Jhansi Fort. Jhansi, of course, is in Uttar Pradesh. So no one gets any points for this one. And our next question is a direct one for Ansh Ranjit. Ansh, here is your set of visuals connected to a state or union territory.
Puducherry.
Not Puducherry. Passing on to Monalisa.
Sir, Goa.
And how did you get Goa?
Sir, the flag of Portugal is shown. So I guess that maybe because Portuguese people came first to Goa, maybe.
So well done, Monalisa. You got the answer correct. From the Portuguese flag, you guessed Goa. Yes, Goa was under Portuguese rule for a long time. The god is the state animal and the flame-throated bulbul is the state bird. Well done, Monalisa. You get 10 points. And the next direct question is coming to you. Monalisa, here's your set of visuals.
Sir, is it Rajasthan?
Not Rajasthan. Passing on to Ankit.
Haryana.
And how did you get Haryana?
So because like the player is relatable to Haryana, I exactly don't remember the name, but I think it's Haryana.
It is Haryana. Well done. That is Bajrang Punia, the famous wrestler and Olympic medalist from Haryana. Absolutely right. The lotus can be seen on the emblem of Haryana, and that is the Asirgarh Fort in Haryana. Valuable 10 points for you, Ankit. Well done. Now let's move on to your direct question, Ankit. Ankit, your set of visuals coming up now. Connect to a state or union territory.
Is it Tamil Nadu?
And how did you get Tamil Nadu?
So because so the stone, I guess I've heard about it. It's somewhere in Tamil Nadu.
You got it from the stone, which is known as Krishna's Butterball. This is located in Mahabalipuram. This is the Adi Yogi statue in Coimbatore by the Isha Foundation. This is CN Annadurai, the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Ankit, you held your nerve at the last and you scored another 10 points. Very well done, Ankit. The smiles are on his face. And I'm sure he'll be smiling even more when he sees the scoreboard. With that, we come to the end of a very, very exciting and close national quarterfinal 4, which went right down to the wire, right down to the last question, in fact. Coming in 6th spot is Ansh with no points today, but not to worry, Ansh. You have come so far from so many participants across India, around 20,000 participants, and you were in the top 36 who made it to our national quarterfinals. So don't worry, Ansh, you did really well to come this far. Next, we have Ayush. Again, Ayush, you made it this far. Congratulations. And you are a very spirited performer. You scored 10 points and came 5th. Next, we have Shreyan. Shreyan, I'm sure we will see you in upcoming quizzes. You're still in class 8 and you still have 2 years to go. So, Shreyan, very well done. You scored 20 points. Mithali gave some good answers, but unfortunately came 3rd. Mithali, don't be so nervous in quizzes. Be spirited, be happy, smile like you're doing now and answer. I'm sure you do really well. You scored 25 points. But being very consistent, quiet, composed, but consistent from the start was Monalisa from Vadodara, coming in 2nd and qualifying for our national semi-final. Congratulations, Monalisa.
Thank you, sir.
And winning this national quarterfinal of the very last question, actually answering the last 2 questions in a row, is Ankit from Bhubaneswar. Well done, Ankit. Congratulations for making it to the national semi-final. So the national quarterfinal 4 was surely a very, very tightly contested one, with all the participants in contention going into the last round. It was coming down to a close fight between Mithali, Ankit, and Monalisa as we move towards the last 3 or 4 questions. But it was Ankit at the end who answered the last 2 questions in a row and did brilliantly to edge out Monalisa by 5 points to win our national quarterfinal. But Monalisa need not worry because she came 2nd and she also qualified for our national semi-final. So Ankit and Monalisa, a big congratulations to both of you. But well done to Mithali, Shreyan, Ansh, Ayush. You all have answered a lot of quality questions throughout this journey of the Cycle Heritage Quiz. And that's why you have come so far out of 30,000 participants. So all of you have a lot to be proud of. And I'm sure we'll see all of you in future quizzes. So Ankit and Monalisa, we will meet you in the national semi-final. And we will see you on the next episode of the Cycle Heritage Quiz with another national quarterfinal. Till we meet again, stay safe, stay happy, stay curious. Goodbye from the entire team of CHQ 2021.